by far one of the best fucking songs to start off the episode with. Hello there, everybody. It's Spawn92, aka Nightmare, and welcome back to Irae Amantes Amentes. In the last episode, we got to see the first ending for Rhea, which was bittersweet to say the least. But on a more, on a more positive note, we did finally learn what Ren's real name was, or his previous name was, Lotus Reinhardt. I deeply apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Specifically the Reinhardt part. And damn. Just damn. Now then, let's just go ahead and seek the truth, shall we? Just fucking throw ourselves in, why don't we? Oh. I guess we gotta skip it. It looks like it's relatively going to be the same text, considering the battle seems to be going around the same. I think what's really going to change, or specifically the difference that's probably going to take place, would have to be the... Well, never mind, right there it is. The abrupt sensation of falling, of drifting backwards in a stream. Because in the first one, that first ending kind of alluded to what I feel like this is going to lead up to. Specifically when Marie and Rhea asked Reinhardt and Mercurius what would happen if Ren actually partook in the fight. So I believe that's what this is going to lead to, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out. His awakening occurred abruptly and with unprecedented naturality. Oh, interesting to say the least. So now... This is still Reinhardt's perspective, judging by the voice, I think. His thoughts were crystal clear. He could determine his own identity and where he was with perfect accuracy. Hold on, let me get... Actually, give me a good listen to this again. Wait. Wait a minute. That sounded much more like... Machina. Yet one thing... responsible for his befuddled gasp escaped him, the knowledge of time. If his senses did not lie, this present moment should have been in the past.
Oi,
No! Notice! Wait a minute, are we in Gaunt's Berlashingen's perspective now? A sudden voice from behind brought his disoriented consciousness back to reality. He turned in the direction of its source, only to find one of his comrades squinting at him, clearly irritated.
Nani botto shiten da yo, omae wa?
Yeah, そういうわけではない.
What the hell? Mid-sentence, his voice changed.
が、少しばかり気が抜けてはいたようだ。眠りすぎたせいで、夢見が悪いのかもしれん。
That first line, no, I am fine, that was Ren's voice. And then it immediately switched back to Machina's.
なるほど。そりゃ仕方ないわな。同感だ。
Am I experiencing a... What the hell's going on? What the No text appeared that time, but it switched back to Ren. Was that a glitch? They'd returned from the front lines just the other day. Needless to say, the place was a complete hellhole that offered no opportunities for proper sleep. So it was little wonder that they'd need some time to readjust themselves after leaving all that behind. Well, to be fair, this is Ren and freaking Machina speaking right now. It makes no sense. It totally makes a lot of sense that their speeches would coexist and just fuse randomly. Fuck. Wounds suffered in war weren't always physical. If anything, the mental scars left by being exposed to the horrors of war were a far more serious issue, as it rendered their hearts unable to ever find respite. Many a man, no matter how great, had to struggle with adjustment disorders upon returning from the battlefield. Compliance and adaptation were unnerving things indeed. A man could eventually acclimatize even to the most terrible and savage of conditions. Or rather, man would not have survived as an animal otherwise. The very fact that he and his comrades were still alive was by itself proof that they had gotten used to living in hell, and that was why they would now find themselves alienated from the world outside it. Anyone realized that the world extended to all sides indefinitely, yet few could account for all the hills and mountains contorting the terrain. As such, a disparity of that kind was probably responsible for disorienting him tonight. A shameful display of softness, but not the kind that necessitated hiding it from a kindred soul. He did not doubt that most people suffered from the same ailment in this day and age. That was how he honestly felt on his way back to civilization to receive his medal at the end of June 1994. 1944.
でも実際のところ役得ではあったけどな。なんだかんだ言ったところで、この時期にゆっくり飯が食えて眠れる環境を味わえたことはありがたい。まさに英雄様々だ。お前のおかげだし、感謝してるよ、ミハエル。
Ah, Mihail, that's right. Mihail. Right, that was his name. Being surprised and even oddly moved by the sound of his own name was certainly a sign of his abnormal state of mind. Although, the phenomenon did not upset him. Rather, he felt it important to maintain his consciousness in this drowsy and vague state. He was a man of iron, just another cog in the great giant machine of war. His name was of little importance. As such, he cast aside his emotions and acted only to carry out his role as an instrument of slaughter. The only reason he had been called a hero was because he'd ended up being slightly better at taking lives than the rest. To paraphrase, he was unmatched in terms of ignoring reality and retreating to his own delusions and phantasms. That was all.
感謝される言われはない。むしろ懸念するべきだ。生地楽をしたせいで緊張が解かれたかもしれないと。
If one washed a heated plate in cold water, it would break. People were no different.
後々俺を憎むことになるかもしれんぞ。あの時あいつが人がましい日常を見せたせいで自分は脆くなってしまったと。
That was what he too feared above all. He shunned the repose it might grant him, for it could thaw his rigid, icy resolve.
ああ、なんだそりゃ。的外れにも程があるっていうか、相変わらずネクラに積極的っていうか。状況がどうだろうが、俺は俺で、お前はお前だろ。環境ごとに自分を分けて、あっちは本物でこっちは偽物、あっちは有用でこっちは無用なんて決めることはない。
どういう意味だ?
As the other's words rekindled the flames of his past self, Mihail, still confused, couldn't help but direct a question at him. There were no flaws in his philosophy, and his comrade most certainly understood the problems inherent in the matter they discussed.
お前はこちらとあちらに変わらない気持ちで臨んでいると。
To be fair, he's kind of two different realities, so yeah.
ああ。なんで変える必要がある？いや、もちろんお前の言いたいことも理解できるぜ。夏と冬じゃ服装も違うしよ。場に合わせた選択ってのは重要っていうか、むしろ基本だ。けどそりゃ側の話だろ。それこそどんな服着るかっていう程度でさ。何着てようが本質、中身は変わらない。というより、その服選んだことも含めて自分だろ。毛皮変えたら別の生き物になるなんて、そんなことはありえねえよ。
Could you imagine if animals could do that, though?
なのにお前は、どうも側の系統に引っ張られすぎっていうか、寒いから防寒着着てるだけなのに、自分は白熊にでもなったかのような口ぶりだぜ。
And now I'm just imagining Machina wearing a polar bear suit.
だからそりゃ違うだろう。俺も久しぶりでこっち用の服が着慣れないのは確かだけど、衣替え自体ができないとは言ってない。ミハエル、お前はずっと戦争仕様の毛皮着る気か？戦い終わってもそれ被ったまま、なんか別のもんにでもなる気かよ。それじゃあお前、壊れちまうぜ。
The sadness and genuine concern mixing into the man's tones left Mihail unable to form a reply. They hadn't known each other for long, but their bond, forged in the fires of war, surpassed any shallow relationship they could have established in times of peace. Mihail felt slightly bewildered, but by no means upset by the fact the man saw through him so effortlessly. In short, he disapproved of his lack of flexibility. Keeping with the clothes metaphor, this man could jump back and forth between summer apparel and times of peace and winter clothes on the battlefield with relative ease. He might feel uncomfortable after having changed for a little while, but that disparity caused him no further trouble. Because, much like he had claimed, his interior would always remain the same.
もっとシャレっ気持たないと正味女にはモテないぜ。英雄様が日照りじゃ夢も希望もないだろう。
And now I'm just imagining Ren trying to play matchmaker for Machina. All the frivolous figures of speech are most likely his way of expressing his friendship. Mihail might not have been the type to communicate with broad smiles and the patting of shoulders, but it did not necessarily mean he preferred the solemn approach to mingling. The man was trying to get his spirits up. Even Mihail could comprehend that much. Those that could not bear peace. Those that stubbornly refused to cast off their winter coats. Those that fell apart when exposed to peace. Those that returned to winter in short-sleeved shirts. I feel like I'm being called out on that one. That summed up the point his comrade was trying to make, and Mihail himself unquestionably belonged to the former group. He was the very antithesis of lightening up. He had passed the stage of refusing to change clothes, and had already forgotten how to even undress. Or rather, he was trying to meld his coat into his skin. Gross. To be as iron, to be hard as a tank in both appearance and spirit. To attain a detached kind of enlightenment, he tried to make himself inanimate, the most insensible man in the world, to escape the commitment of enduring that which could not be endured. The crimson of blood, the white of bones, the black of charred flesh, the gray of splattered entrails, the gleam of bayonets, the metal of bullets, the oscillation of the ground in the wake of an army of creaking tanks, the feculent smell of trenches. Okay, the reason why I kind of did that was because I was starting to think a little bit too much of the Major from Hellsing Ultimate, okay? Like, I can imagine him saying that. The gleam of bayonets on the metal of bullets. You know what I mean? He hated them all. He cast aside all that constituted his self, and became a machine excelling at war, and only war. His interior had corroded to the extent that he began to lose his identity as Mihail, as a living, breathing man of flesh and blood. Yet, what if he had never possessed anything to begin with? Perhaps the iron filled his insides with such ease and comfort precisely because his interior was hollow from the start. In that moment, another thought crossed his mind. What constituted the interior according to the philosophy of his comrade? Mihail recognized himself as a man of no outstanding qualities, yet the same applied to his comrade. He might not have been able, but far from exceptional. A soul that refused to freeze in the severe cold of the battlefield. He could call the exterior a mere change of clothes because he had already been warmed by the fire blazing in his bosom. He was different from Mihail, who had long since frozen over and melted with his coat. Trying to take it off now would only tear off his flesh as well. His comrade possessed something that allowed him to declare the integrity of his identity regardless of what he wore. But what?
お前は何を抱いて立っている?
簡単さ。
He answered with genuine nonchalance.
この今が好きなんだよ。お前と話してる今も、一緒に戦っている時も、そのおかげでどうにか守れているこの国もみんな好きだ。なくしたくない。その時その時、一瞬ごとを大事に思ってるっていうだけさ。そりゃ確かに、冗談じゃねえよ、やってられないって時もあるけどさ。それを、だってその先には、きっといいことが待っている。だからそれを味わうためにも、今を抱いて走るだけさ。
A perfect tomorrow would never grace those who only gaze at the ground in desolation. And so, he raced through the present to attain and taste that elusive, ephemeral moment. He made a faint smile. Mihail found himself genuinely astonished.
わかってるよ。でも、そんな珍しい主張でもないだろ?
That much was true. In short, he was an optimistic man.
しかし、夢見がちと言わざるを得ない。
One would emerge victorious if they tried their hardest. One would be redeemed if they faced all perils with an honest heart. Their hopes and dreams would eventually be fulfilled. How many involved in this conflict truly believed in such naive idealism? In this day and age, even a child would have likely been able to come up with a more realistic theory. Yet the words of this man were completely without any hint of pretense. He truly believed that his, a mere private's, achievements could actually save the world. Or perhaps that was his way of making an oath. Pride bordering on arrogance. The idea that one's individual wishes or actions could affect the world was but an optimistic delusion of grandeur. In short, hogwash. It certainly reached the territory where nothing would be lost if one discarded the theory altogether, and Mihail was not one to admire false and unrealistic pride. And yet, now that he mentioned it, who would ever believe him if not himself? His unique state of mind was exactly what one needed to retain themselves in this day and age. Their discussions began with the crisis of identity, and so would naturally conclude at the notion of self-esteem. In other words,
コギとエルゴスーか。
そう。我思うゆえに我ありさ。
it all came down to that, and his comrade understood it without the need to tiresome philosophizing. Mihail felt envious of him. He would not waste the present, for that very notion constituted his soul.
刹那主義といえば聞こえが悪くなるのだろうがな。お前のそれは少し違うか。
当たり前だろ。俺は先を見てるんだぜ。
If things were fine in the present, that was enough. And to hell with the future! To live for the moment usually entailed a mindset like that. A childish rebellion against responsibility. But he also had his eyes on the future, so as not to let its beauteous scenery slip through his grasp. Beauteous? Beauteous? Beauteous.
だからお前ももっと自分を大事にしろよ。ベタなセリフでなんだけど、そういうことの積み重ねが後々意味を持つんじゃねえの。俺はドンパチしか脳がないようなしらけたやつとダチになったつもりはないし、お前がそんな風になっていくのは面白くない。
I can already hear Shiro sneezing in the distance.
だいたい考えてもみろよ。どいつもこいつも自分守れないようなやつがより集まって勝てると思うか？ああ、そうだろうが。柏場剣付騎士鉄十字将の英雄に説教なんて不遜だが、俺はそう思ってんだぜ。迷惑か？
お前の言いたいことは理解した。
He lost himself in the phantasm he created to survive. It ended up protecting his life, but that was all. His heart and soul perished just the same. The man might have had a point, for it was indeed true that Mihail had never considered his life after the war. He might end up becoming a monster, unable to shed his fur. One could say he had practically lost the battle to protect himself. Apparently satisfied with the answer, the younger man made a merry smile before changing the subject.
と、まあそんな話はこれくらいにしといてよ。再びクソったれな麗しの戦場に戻る前の最後の夜だ。今夜はパーッと派手に飲もうぜ。いいだろ？
俺が断ってもお前は連れて行く気なんだろ？
もちろん。今日こそ新規臭い我が戦友に歌の一つでも歌わせてやるから覚悟しろよ。
To him, even this moment, this playful eagerness for debauchery must have been an ephemeral moment to treasure. Mihail felt like he could understand that sentiment.
ああ、私女っ気ねえのがいかんよな。前の同僚になかなか面白いやついたんだけど、ぷっつり縁切れちゃってさ。容量悪いバカだし、妙なことに巻き込まれてなきゃいいけど、あいつ。
Mihail couldn't help but feel slightly concerned about the man's dangerous aura. He came from a long lineage of executioners, a fairly unique profession, all things considered. If destiny truly exists in this world, then his ephemeral moment must have been one of death. Or they had seen one too many tragic an end to still aspire to attain the futures they yearned for. As such, their aspirations could never be realized while they still lived. Past the precipice, their wishes would be twisted, distorted, and perverted into shapes fit only for them. to remain in the beauteous moment he cherished, to seek the end in order to escape the unbearable present. A shift to the extreme in the form of complete suspension. One could perhaps instigate such an aberration if they discovered a common point between the two and spun it in a maelstrom of malice. Ow. That scared me. Lotus. June of 1944. As he addressed the other man, a comrade, boasting of a robust, resolute self, Mihail felt himself could certainly attest to the harboring such thoughts.
思えばあの時、俺とお前は奴から目をつけられたのかもしれない。
I know the static kind of fucks with the visuals here, but I'm really hoping that this doesn't actually.
うかつだったと今なら言えるな。奴の膝元で無防備に過ぎる会話。内容自体はさして特殊なものでもなかったのだろうが、気楽で甘い認識だったことは間違いない。
For real though, I am actually glad that we're getting more of like Machina. Like, I think that's part of the reason like why he's like in my top like 4 favorite characters from DS Irae, mostly because of the mystery surrounding him.
なぜならあの当時。真に真靴だったのは戦場ではなく、
You know what?
あの程度だったのだから。
You know what? Just for safety's sake, even if I don't know how the video quality is going to look until I edit it, so fuck it. I'm doing it.
Now that I think about it, that was probably the time he set his perverse eyes on us. I can now see how it was careless. We had our talk right under his very nose. The contents of our conversation might not have been overly exceptional, but I cannot deny that I was still naive in my understanding of the world back then. After all, the true den of demons in that time was not the battlefield, but the capital we had our exchange in.
The disembodied voice uttered each and every word with a certain heaviness, as if trying to hammer them into steel. I comprehended the meaning of this bizarre phenomenon, or rather, space, the moment I came into contact with it. It possessed no concept of past or present. All the timelines have been compressed into one oscillating amalgam, which resulted in scenes from countless years past flickering alongside what I comprehended as the present. And even in this space, even the future was the same as the past.
うぬぼれといえばうぬぼれ。思い上がりといえばそうだったのだろう。
You could say we were
俺
conceited.
もお前も苛烈と言って差し支えない戦火を潜り、
Thank you, Machina.
曲がりなりにもあの瞬間まで生き続けた。
You done?
そのことに対する自負があったことに変わりはない。
May I speak now?
Impertinent, even. We both survived the most gruesome horrors of this war and prided ourselves over that fact.
我々は歴戦の勇士である。などと、真から胸を張る性分ではお互いになかったものの、ここはぬるいと感じたことは確かだった。どういう意味であろうとも、そこに見下した感情がなかったと言えば嘘になる。
Done?
Although we were hardly the kind to boast of being great heroes that shaped history, we nonetheless felt the capital to be underwhelming to our newfound senses. I would be lying if I said I didn't harbor a sense of superiority in that moment.
I could not deny his words. They rang similar to one's feelings towards a woman he loved. All men confess their love by wishing to protect the targets of their affection, and while their emotions were those of absolute honesty and supreme purity, they nonetheless contained the veiled promise that women were weak creatures. The veracity of such an assessment aside, its existence was an undeniable and irrevocable truth. My wish to protect the present moment and my labeling it ephemeral constituted a pompous assertion that it was brittle infinitesimal. Huh. I never really thought of it like that. Interesting. As such, I never considered that it could possess the power to undo me.
その傲慢、致命的な好きだったと言わざるを得ないだろう。
I always got to make sure that he's done talking before I, screw up.
Our arrogance opened a lethal chink in our defense.
Many a great man perished by being stabbed in the back by a woman. The notion that they would be harmless in a fair fight proved to be their undoing.
我々は最悪の戦場を知っている。だからこそ、あれ以上の混沌などありえようはずがないと。
We could have returned from the most horrifying of battles, and we believed there could exist no chaos terrible enough to surpass what we have already conquered.
その思考、襲う側からしてみれば、かもというしかないではないか。
That notion must have made us appear to them like unsuspecting fish in a barrel.
蛇のとぐろの中にあって、ここは安全地帯だと何をひよっていたのだろう。
We thought we were safe while standing right in the middle of a snake's coil.
ゆえにあの時、我々は見えない招待券を手渡されてしまったのだ。戦場こそ最大の地獄であると認識し、いやあるいは地獄こそが戦場の形をしていると決めつけたその心が。
And so we received their invitation while being none too wiser to what really happened. After all, the battlefield was the worst possible hell we could imagine. Or rather, hell itself must have manifested on Earth in the form of the battlefield.
俺とお前を死後、修羅道へと誘ったのだ。
They tempted us to tread the path of carnage.
あの時代、あまたいた他の戦友たちもそうであったように。
Just like so many of our comrades in that age.
俺たちは約束された孤独の壺へと落とされた。
We were cast inside a destined gauntlet of malice.
The irrevocable truth of our pasts. He explained it in the past tense. So wait a minute, this is currently Ren and Machina's perspective right now, like they're speaking to each other somehow? And naturally I could tell who that voice belonged to. But wait a second, I didn't remember sharing my past with him. But then why did someone like me come up in his memories?
じきにわかる。
With that,
いや、お前は知らねばならない。
static! The past and the present began to realign. The torrent of liquefied metal and scorching flames swept through the tank, turning it into a makeshift coffin while claiming the lives of everyone inside. Mihail's entire team had been turned to ashes, whilst his own dying ears picked up the screams of his comrade perishing to the flames in another tank.
嘘だろ。俺は帰るって決めてたのに。またいつかあの日に飲んだ酒の続きをもう一度、いや何度でも諦めたくねえよ。なあ、そうだろう。
His ephemeral moment vanished into the flames right there and then. Countless soldiers lost their lives in such a fashion, and so his own demise came as no particular surprise to Mihail. And yet...
俺は どこに行けばいい?
Anxiety coiled around his heart. Even within that unbearable heat, a vague but undeniable chill rushed through him. He was crumbling to ashes with every passing moment, barely retaining human shape, yet that alien surge of anxiety made his blood freeze. To his friend, repose was merely another facet of the everyday, yet Mihail, after all was said and done, failed to imagine to discover a life after the war. And for that reason, he could not cling on to life either. He'd already made peace with his fate. He understood that a man like himself could have no other future. Yet he could not grow to enjoy fighting, and as such poured his entire being into putting it to end. His friend once warned him not to lose himself. This was Mihail's answer. It was not like he desired death. He merely acknowledged and embraced it as the only way for his battles to end. As a result, he would close his eyes with pride. He had fulfilled his goal in life. His friend warned him not to become a monster by wearing one's fur, and this was the only way for him to remain human. Or at least, it should have been.
俺は誰だ?
For some reason, he had trouble conceiving himself. He felt like he was merely a piece of iron fashioned solely for battle. He could feel his own existence slowly disintegrate alongside the melting steel confines of his trusted Tiger One. Would it have been despair he felt, or relief? Did his friend try to call out his name in that last moment? Had Mihail heard his voice? He would have likely been able to embrace death with absolute conviction about his identity. A man who adapted to the battlefield by melding his soul with iron allowed something mortally important to escape his grasp, just as his friend had forewarned, and so it was impossible to tell whether the soldier engulfed by flames in that moment was man or machine. The question followed almost naturally. Where was he supposed to go? Or rather, where was he being taken? He could feel a set of humongous fingers belonging to an entity far beyond mortal human comprehension coil around his soul. Pride and self-esteem sprang forth from his being on the verge of death, as if dragged out by force, completely disregarding his own convictions. A terrifying truth had been revealed, that a man robbed of the very rule he imposed upon himself would no longer be a man at all. And so he screamed. As he sank deeper into that mercurial sea of apathy, his craving surged forth with maddened zeal.
How dare you? Don't rob me of my deserved end!
All he had left was a wish to retain the glory he had lost. That was all he demanded. The climax, the finale, he earned as a mortal man. It stood as the very proof of his existence. He would not tolerate this disgrace. And with that, he eventually came to within Heidrick's castle. He would recall neither his name nor the moment of his death. The only thing left to him was the humiliation of having been robbed of what belonged to him. A wretched unlife. Shame. The countless battles he had braved granted him an illusion of long-sought repose. Yet in his foolishness, he did not realize that the glory earned in victories past was but a herald summoning him to the next stage of bloodshed. Okay, so this is the moment where he's put into the arena of sorts, where he eventually becomes Deus Ex Machina. He had enough. He wished for it to end. The crimson of blood, the white of bones, the black of charred flesh, the gray of splattered entrails, the gleam of bayonets, the metal of bullets, the oscillation of the ground, and the wake of an army of creaking tanks, the feculent smell of trenches. God damn it! Get out of that! To escape them now, he had no choice but to embrace the carnage once more.
俺はお前を殺さなければ終われないのだ。
Hello, Mihail. Words he uttered to everyone he met within the Gauntlet of Malice, for he no longer knew who his opponents were. He killed and killed, wreaking havoc and sowing carnage as an undead slave to strife, all for the sake of his eventual liberation.
来るがいい。お前で最後だ。いずこであったかもしれぬ戦友よ。
That day, Mihail killed him with his own hands.
思い 出したか。俺とお前はそうした経緯をたどっている。
Do you remember now? That is how we are related.
俺自身この場所に来るまでは完全に忘れていたことだ。信じられぬのも無理はないが事実だよ、兄弟。
Your disbelief is understandable, for I myself had no memories of my life before the castle. But it is the truth, brother.
The Iron Knight's claim left me visibly bewildered. Not his words, but the fact I couldn't deny them.
俺がかつてお前と共にあった男だと。
You're trying to say I was once a man who fought alongside you?
そうだ。名は
Yes, your name was Lotus Reinhardt.
容姿はまるで異なるが、それ以外は本当に全く同じと言っていい。
Your appearance may have changed, but everything else remained the same.
容姿が？おい、ちょっと待てよ。
My appearance? Wait, hold on for a second. If anything, that part of him seemed to resemble me the most. What the hell was he talking about?
お前の目にはあれが違う顔に見えるのか？
Does that face actually look different from mine in your eyes?
それについては全く同じ問いを返させてもらおう。そしてゆえにお前は彼だと断言できる。
On that account, I can only return the same question, and that only substantiates my theory that you are him.
お前の主観で捉えた彼がお前と同じ容姿に映った。それはすなわちお前自身が非我を同一であると認識している証に他ならない。
If he appeared to you the same as yourself, then that by itself is proof that you conceive him as a part of your own self.
赤の他人であったならこの場におけるお前の意識がそんな演出をするはずがないだろう。断っておくがこの俺にはこの空間を好きに脚色して騙すような芸当はできない。
Actually, I'm gonna see if I can try to match him.
Consciousness would not have gone out of its way to play a trick on like that if you two were unrelated. And I do not possess a convenient power to bend this space for a better dramatic impact.
この膨大な情報の海を自己の色で染められるのは流出の核を持つ者だけだ。
Only one who has attained the degree of Atziluth could possibly paint this vast sea of information in their color.
その理屈はわかるだろう。
But you should already have comprehended that fact.
I certainly had. We were inside the singularity, a whole Reinhardt and myself pierced in the cosmos, and a tunnel leading to the throne of omnipotence. As such, only those that had achieved emanation could enter and color that place in their hue. Machina, who probably got entangled in it only as a part of Reinhardt's legion, couldn't possibly tamper with anything in here. Besides, a man like him would never willingly deceive another. I understood that more than anyone.
じゃあ今の俺が認識しているこの顔は
Then, this face, the one I consider my own.
愚問だな。もはや分かりきっていることだろう。
A foolish question, and one you should already know the answer to.
In that moment... Static! Mercurius! An image popped into my mind through some static. Foreknowledge. It was the first time I saw him, but I could declare with absolute confidence that I knew this bastard. He looked just like me, or rather, I looked just like him. He was, in a way, equivalent to my father.
こいつが
カール・クラフト。
The serpent that lorded over the deepest recesses of this space. The source of the mercury pervading everything.
お前の狙いは理解している。
Yes, I came here for that purpose, and I succeeded at doing everything to set the stage. However,
お前は俺に何か言いたいことがあるというのか?
is there something you want to tell me? There was no way he found me in this place just to indulge in small talk. After all, when it came to people who were closely entwined with the serpent, me and Reinhard ranked at the top.
多少な。
I might say a word or two.
He understood my goal and continued, basing his words on that fact.
本当にお前はそのやり方で構わないのか?
Are you certain this is the path you wish to take?
He seemed to have qualms about my method.
ハイドリヒとクラフトを争わせる。奴らの関係性とイザークの存在を利用して元凶同士の共倒れを画策する。なるほど。戦術としては賢いだろうし、それが最も確実な手と言えるだろう。
Make Heydrich and Croft clash against each other. Use their relationship and Isak to lead them into a mutual demise. That is the smartest and most reliable approach.
だが、それはお前らしい選択か。もろもろの状況が枷となり、やむにやまれぬ苦渋の決断なのではないか。
But is that a choice stemming from your own soul? Were you not merely forced into putting a leash around your neck by countless bitter circumstances?
違う。そんなことはない。
I denied the idea immediately. I knew I couldn't fight in this battle. But it wasn't a choice I made unwillingly, forced by some negative reasoning.
言っただろう。俺は幻想になる気はない。波動は食い合う。俺が戦って、俺の砲で全てを塗りつぶして、その果てに全部が止まった世界にしてはいけないっていう大前提なら、マリーが何とかしてくれるだろう。彼女の元なら、俺は流出しても、他を犯さず存在することができるかもしれない。だが、流出したが最後、戻れなくなるのも事実だ。
I told you I wasn't planning to become a phantasm. Hegemonies can neutralize each other. If I fought and ended up painting the world in my color, freezing it in time, then Marie would probably do something about it. With her at my side, I might be able to emanate without destroying the world. But once my world emanated, it would be too late. There'd be no turning back. I fell into the singularity fighting Reinhard. That was the only way to cancel a triggered emanation, and I was glad to use it to open a path for Marie. That was as far as I would go. Activating my emanation would be a point of no return. If Marie attained the throne with her craving, a wish to envelop all, she would most likely embrace my dangerous craving as well. I could probably coexist with the goddess. But then, what would become of Himuro? I couldn't possibly abandon her. If I became a phantasm while she remained a mortal woman, we couldn't walk the same path, nor share the same life. I didn't want that.
何でも一人で片付けるなんて息巻いててもダメなんだよ。それを俺は自覚した。
I lost Shiro and Kasumi. Yet despite it all, they still cheered for me. I couldn't repeat the same mistake. Besides, it was the outcome of that Rhea Himuro, who wished for my survival, desired the most. The outcome that Marie, who declared to take all of the responsibility in my stead, desired the most.
俺は彼女たちの選択を信じて託そうと決めたんだよ。それをお前が言うような稼だなんて思っちゃいない。
Believing in those two, I decided to leave the rest in their hands. This so-called leash you speak of never existed. It was a decision to return to being human and live for tomorrow. No matter how much I wanted to kick their asses on my own, I wasn't gonna let some misguided heroism or a momentary spur of emotions ruin everything.
だが要するに、やってはならぬからやらないということだろう。やれば不幸な事態に陥るから、 それを避けているだけに過ぎない。
In other words, you're not doing it because it shouldn't be done. You run from that choice because it will most likely lead you to misery.
より良い明日を得るために今を抱いて駆け抜ける。なるほど。その主義にも沿うようで、しかしかすかな歪みが見えるな。
You would flee now so you could live in a brighter tomorrow. Your actions do seem to adhere to that philosophy, yet I cannot help seeing a deformity within them.
くどいぞ。
You're wasting your breath.
お前自身、女たちには言っていない懸念が胸にあるのだろう。
There is a certain fear in your heart, one that you refuse to share with the woman.
カール・クラフトが倒れた後、己がどうなるかわからない。もしかしたらもろとも消えてしまうのではないだろうかと。
You do not know what will become of you once Karl Kraft falls. Perhaps you may vanish.
お前は一人その可能性を考えている。そして答えは見出せない。
You are the only one who considered that possibility, and you failed to find an answer.
違うか、兄弟。
Isn't that right, brother?
それは
That's... I couldn't deny him. He was right. I'd already considered the possibility. But what of it?
カール・クラフトは見逃せない。我が身可愛さを盾にして、あれを撃つ唯一の機会を逸するわけにはいかんだろう。はあ、その気持ちは理解できるし、同感だ。
You mustn't ignore Karl. Oh, wait. Yeah. I do understand how you feel and sympathize with your plight.
ゆえに
And for that reason,
Machina went on an uncharacteristically long tangent, stressing the fact that he had completely seen through me.
俺が答えを与えてやろう。
I will present you with an answer.
何？
What? My world had nearly turned upside down. I was completely in the dark as to how he could have known this. Yet his tone felt genuine. I knew he was not a man to tell lies. But then, what on earth was he trying to tell me?
わからんか。お前は誰だ？
You still fail to understand. Who are you?
俺と同じく修羅道に落ち、孤独の果てに水銀の血を得たのが今のお前だ。では、その前は
You had stepped onto a path of carnage, and upon the completion of our gauntlet of malice was granted the mercurial blood. But what about your past?
真実のお前自身、かつて言っていた中身とやらは一体何だ？側は衣に過ぎぬのだろう。
Where is the real you in the interior you spoke of? I was under the impression that you treated one's exterior as no more than a coat.
怪物の毛皮をかぶったまま怪物になり果てるな。奴のしつらえた舞台衣装を着せられてもお前が蛇になったわけではないだろう。
Take care not to become a monster simply because you wear one's fur. You may be wearing this costume, yet you have not become a serpent.
ならばここらで脱ぎ捨てよ。のしをつけて返してやれ。水銀で編まれた鱗など、もはやお前にはいらぬ装束なのだから。
Then why not cast it off? return it to him with usury. You no longer need a coat knit with mercurial scales.
ああ。つまり、何だったか。
In short, well, Machina, or rather, my comrade in arms, curled his lips into a meaningful smile that looked almost comical on him.
いつまで同じ服を着ているんだ。遮奪さは女を口説くに大事な要素なのだろう。
How long are you planning to wear the same garb? I thought one's outfit served as a means to captivate women.
戦えよ。そして勝ち取れ。
Fight
お膳立ては整っている。
and prevail. The stage is set.
お前があくまでかつてのように己の在りかを確信しているのなら、そこに残る真実があるはずだ。
If you still possess that unwavering conviction in the core of your being, you should find the truth there.
きっとそれこそあの日交わした俺たちの
That is the true meaning of what we had exchanged on that.
Wait! He was on the verge of disappearing, or rather being dragged back into the carnage of Reinhardt's legion.
待てよ、おいお前は
Hey, wait a second, and would he be saved by that? What would he gain if I made that choice?
答えろ俺にどうしてほしい
Answer me! What do you want me to do? His answer was both simple and tremendously curt. It made me question if he could truly be content with just that. It was a clear, manly smile.
名を呼んでくれカメラード。それによってこの俺も
Oh,
確固たる己を取り戻し
call my name, comrade. That will make me regain my core essence.
真実解放されると信じている。
And reveal the truth.
Oh! My heart began to race. I was left completely speechless. And in the next moment... Oh. Before I knew it, I found myself in a field of flowers. I could tell where I was, if only by intuition. Gladsheim. In other words, I was extremely close to Reinhard. One could say we stood back to back. In this very moment, our physical bodies were probably still plummeting through that space, side by side. I probably didn't have much time.
藤井君
Hi, Rhea. How you doing? There was something I had to tell her before the start of the final battle.
行く気なの君はやっぱり自分の手で決着をつけたいって思ってるの
Maybe, but you can't prove it. She wasn't in a good mood. Hell, she seemed outright furious. She was kind of the emotional type, and though her approach differed, enjoyed lecturing others as much as Kasumi. Not to mention, she was sharp enough to see through me with a single glance.
バカみたいこれだから男の子って始末に負えない
To be fair, we are extremely stupid.
勝ったの負けたのそういうのがそんなに大事肩凝らないかなプレッシャーだよ
I don't know, I get a lot of muscle spasms lately.
だいたい君に喧嘩なんて似合わないよ怪我とかしたらみんな悲しむ
It was a bit of a very unhealthy habit of mine.
みんな私はそんなの望んでなんかいないのにどうしてそういう男の子の理屈見てられないいい加減に懲りてよ
No.
ユサ君だって
俺は
I could understand her anxiety and anger, and wasn't planning to ignore them. Quite the opposite, in fact.
先輩に言ってないことがあるんだ
I wanted to be completely honest with her, It was the manifestation of my wish to face her with no secrets.
俺はカール・クラフトの血を引いている。それは知ってると思うけど、要するにあいつは俺の生みの親みたいなものなんだよ。
だから
I wouldn't have cared if that was all. We could have been mirror images of each other, but if he was just my parent, there'd be nothing to worry about. I could view him as a separate existence. However, our relationship was not that simple.
あいつが消えてしまった後に、俺が俺でいられる保証はない。本当のところ、どうだかわからない。そうなってみないと確かめようがないことで、不安を煽るしか役に立たないことだから言ってなかった。
And I myself didn't want to dwell on it too much.
そんなこと。
ああ、言われても困るだろう。本当に俺も参るよ。
I wasn't gonna let Carl Kraft off the hook. The situation remained unsolved for as long as he remained among the living. But my own existence might have depended on this, which put me in the awkward position of wishing to both kill him and survive to see another day.
俺は先輩と一緒にいたくて、二人で生きていきたくて、全部そのためのことなんだから、こんなジレンマ冗談じゃない。ほんと、筋金入りに立ち悪いよな。さすがドイツからも嫌われてるだけあって、とんでもなく面倒なやつだと思う。
Yep.
けどさ。
I paused to look at her anxious gaze, seeing the reflection of my unbelievably natural smile reflected in her eyes.
実はさっき思ったんだ。もしかしてこれ、逆にチャンスなんじゃないのかなって。
Her eyes widened in unmasked confusion. I wasn't quite sure if that was a reaction to my words or my smile. Maybe both. Couldn't blame her for doubting the condition of my brain. And so I didn't even realize that I just discovered an astonishing breakthrough.
だって先輩、不安がってたろ。自分はラインハルトの血族で、俺はカール・クラフトの血族で、俺たちが惹かれ合ったのは本当に自分の意志か、どうして好きなのかわからない。引力が怖い。
I felt the same, but had no way of doing anything about it.
だけど、これではっきりする。俺の中から一滴残らず水銀を抜いてやる。その時俺が俺でいられる保証は確かにないけど、それでもこの気持ちが変わらなかったら。
If our feelings for each other remain the same,
それこそが、なあ、証明ってやつにならないか。誰にも否定できない真実だって、胸を張って言えないか。だからこれはチャンスだって、俺は思った。
or rather, my comrade made me realize it.
クソ親父からもらった趣味の悪い衣装はいらない。氷室レアと一緒に歩くなら、俺が選んだ俺の服で決めたいだろ。
Clothes? I feel like I'm missing some context here.
多分俺、もうちょっとファッションセンスあると思うんだ。だから。
でもそれは、君が戦わなくたって結果的には同じじゃない。あの人たちを勝手にやらせておけば勝手に消えてくれるじゃない。それで趣味の悪い服は消えるんでしょ。だったら君が痛い思いすることなんてないよ。絶対ないんだから。
She stifled a sob as if to convince herself of the truth. That by itself was proof that she had already understood everything. I wasn't planning to argue or try and force her to understand. I simply believed in her, and I wished for her to believe in me too. Our feelings weren't just a part of the costumes we wore.
確かに、わざわざ俺が出向かなくたって結果は同じかもしれない。だけどそれは本当に かもしれないっていうだけだよ。絶対また会おうとか自信を持って言えやしない。
I wished to be completely honest with her, and that made me too afraid to leave our fates to something we couldn't influence ourselves.
ただの精神論じゃないんだぜ。俺が自分を強く持って生産に臨むからこそ、水銀の抜けた自分をつかむことができるんだ。確率としてはその方が絶対に高い。って俺に教えてくれたやつがいるんだ。
それはユサ君。
あいつもその一端だけど、これは別。
Yep. It was a much older friend, a comrade from a bygone age.
そいつは水銀が混じらない頃の俺を知っている。だから信憑性はあるんだよ。
その人がいらないこと藤井君に吹き込むからいけない。
She averted her gaze from me, leaving only a bitter remark.
君は何気にあれだよね。実際のところ一番ヒロイン属性だったりしちゃうよね。男にばっかりよくモテる。
I mean, technically she's not wrong.
しかも結構異常な域で。それ友情なのって言いたくなる子さ。
まあそれだけ俺がいい男ってことだから。
He just fucking goes with the flow on that one.
そういう冗談シャレにならないからやめて。
He tried. Even I would have preferred for more women to be interested in me.
もういい。藤井君はやっぱりそういう人だって分かってた。きっと君はどこに行ったってそうなんだよ。なんだかんだで無茶する君にハート射止められた野郎どもがこうわらわらと集まって、俺があいつを助けてやる、俺が相棒、いいや俺が一番あいつのことを分かってるとか無さいやりとり展開地獄が発動するんだ。
I mean, yeah.
それで私たち女の子はなんか微妙なやきもち焼きつつ、ちょっと離れたところで陰口大会。ああ、男ってキモいなとか、そんな未来もきっとこの先待ってると思うから。そんな君が好き。この気持ち本当なんだって私も証明してほしい。
She looked straight at me, her eyes filled with tears, yet brimming with fierce determination.
約束する。
I gave her a firm nod, making an irrevocable oath in my heart, so I could venture on to regain my true self with nary a doubt.
待たせたな。もうこっちはいいぞ。
The master of this realm patiently waited for me to return to the battle.
話は終わったか。
How considerate of you. Thank you very much, Isak.
イザーク。
Yes, Isak. He would take me back to the field of battle.
はじめましてだな。
He definitely resembled Reinhard, so this was Sister Lisa's son and Himuro's grandfather. Our interests and the boys, although calling him a boy might not be the most fitting word to use, coincided on the fact that we both wished to drag Mercurius onto the stage. After that, he'd naturally return to being my enemy, but for now, I could probably trust him to help me.
こっちの方針は聞いてただろ。
ああ、聞いていたとも。無知猛昧と言わざるを得ない。元はグラズヘイムの先度風情が随分見栄を切ったものだよ。だがいいだろう。その思い上がりに乗ってやる。なぜなら父様は敵の到来を喜ばれると思うから。そして絶対に負けぬから。私がいる限り誰であろうと勝利は奪えん。お前たちの思惑など歌方ですらない絵空事だよ。 故に私はその身を貢ぎ物として献上しよう。求心やその眷属など等しく少子だ。言ったろうテレジア。私は誰も逃がさない。すべてを愛す。そう、父様と同じように。
Isak, after all, was merely a cog in Reinhardt's mechanism. He functioned only to fulfill his father's craving. As such, he would never do anything that could possibly make the final battle less exciting. But besides that, I had another condition I had to make him agree to. The release of Rhea Himuro. I could not let the fight begin while she was still inside this place, for if Reinhardt fell, so would this world, together with Himuro. As such, I had to have her leave the Singularity, but I wondered whether Isak would agree to that. I couldn't see it going easily. However, as I struggled with that maelstrom of conflicting emotions...
ねえ、私たちと来ない？イザーク。
Oh, this again. Himuro blurted out something truly mystifying.
は？
I feel like this might play out the same way, but I'm gonna let it play out. It seemed to have rendered even Isak speechless. Of course it did. I couldn't even fathom where that train of thought came from myself.
だってあなたは私のおじいちゃんなんだもの。
I want you to hold my child. Yes, she went on, acting as if she had merely stated the obvious. We could only stand and stare at her as she continued with absolute conviction, her tone lacking any hint of hesitation.
私は藤井君のことが好き。ずっと一緒にいたいと思ってる。血筋とか立場とかよくわからない引力とか全部清算してやり直そうって言ってくれる彼が好き。だから
Mary?
式には来てほしいし、子供が生まれたら抱いてほしい。よければ名前だって考えてよ。みんなに愛される子供になるように。リザにも同じ約束をしたけれど、彼女は今ここにいない。あの人も神父様もハイドリヒ教を倒して子供たちを解放する道を選んだから。本当の天国に行こうとしてるから戻ってきてほしいけど戻しちゃいけない。自分たちはもう普通の人の一生分はとっくに生きたってきっと言う。いっぱい死なせたからもう逃げないって絶対言う。だけどねえイザーク、あなたは誰も殺してないじゃない。年だってまだまだ普通な感じじゃない。たった60歳とちょっとでしょ。だから私の家族になって、新しくできる家族を一緒に祝って。あなたがこのままずっとこのままだなんて私
It would be too hard on her.
一緒に行こうよおじいちゃん。
Faced by her tearful appeal, Isak froze in place. He merely closed his eyes, answering the girl in his unchangingly flat tone.
何を言っているのか理解不能だ。やはりお前の頭は劣悪だな、テレジア。
I'd say another reason why I kind of want to let this play out is because I also want to see, like, if there really is anything specifically different, but concerning not only the dialogue, but...
本当に黄金の血を継いでいるのか、疑わしくなるほどに。一言、くだらん。それしか言えん。
でも
クラフトの大体、お前もそう思うだろう。この娘の頭には他者の都合というものがそっくり抜け落ちているらしい。
What did Himuro and I suddenly sense in that moment? Unless our ears were playing tricks on us, there seemed to be a slight hint of gentleness in his voice.
ああ、前言を撤回しよう。やはりお前は我々の血筋だよ、テレジア。他者など知らぬ。己の意のままにしか振る舞わぬ。口に出すのは決定事項で、反発があろうとねじ伏せる。 まったく面倒な娘に見込まれたものだな。覚悟した方がいい。逃げられんぞ。
じゃあ
され、ここより先もはやお前など必要ない。戦に女の出る幕などないのだよ。私さえいればいい。私さえいれば問題ない。父様が勝利し、その男もろともあふれる黄金に飲まれるまで好きにしていればいい。今さらお前ごときどうなろうと知らんよ。邪魔をする気がないのなら座して死を待てばいい。
It does seem to be playing out the same.
では
He turned around to leave, but before he could, Himuro called out to his back, momentarily stopping him.
待って、ダメなの？本当に来てくれないの？
Do the
ひ
smile.
どい。
Do it! The answer came in a cold, machine-like voice. In that moment, however, Isak was...
これも何度となく言ったろ。私は全てを愛している。
Also because I do want to relive through this again.
ゆえに
His impregnable, mask-like face relaxed.
無論、お前を愛しているよ。その道に幸あれ、テレジア。
It seemed almost impossible to perceive, yet what happened next was definitely not a mere figment of our imaginations.
ヨハンも母様も、私は憎んでなどいない。愛している。家族なのだからな。
A faint, somewhat bashful smile graced his lips. So ephemeral it seemed to almost melt into the rose-tinted air like freshly fallen snow.
ああ、では行きましょう、父様。この世をグラズヘイムに塗り替えるため、どこまでもどこまでも私はあなたのそばにいる。未来永劫永遠にあなたの息子であり続けたい。共に終わらない地獄へと進軍するのだ。DS イレを超えて。
And off he go. Her outstretched hand grasped only air. Accompanied by a fierce rose-tinted gale, Isak vanished from sight. And
あれはもしかしたらあの人なりの照れ隠しだったりしたのかな。
we're back over here again. The two of us were left standing in the field of flowers.
実はイサーク、本音のところじゃもっと普通の幸せを求めていて、自分がそうなれなかった分、私たちに夢を託したいと思っていて、だけど素直に言えないから、あんな可愛くない態度のまま言っちゃって。ねえ、これって都合のいい解釈かな？私が勝手にそう思い込みたいだけなのかな？
いや、俺も同感だよ。
His smile was not one tinged by destructive love. It was a genuine gesture of familial affection.
なりはあんなでも年寄りだからな。要は頑固じじいってやつなんだよ。だからきっとあれは精一杯の孫に対する思いやり。
He released her from Gladsheim, declaring that he alone was enough to carry the battle. Himuro's body had been growing transparent as we spoke.
正直助かる。
Oh, I can see that!
どうやってそれを飲ませようかと思っていたから。これで俺も心置きなく戦える。
Oh, never mind, I was imagining things. I thought she was turning transparent. It was just the text box making me think otherwise.
でも
あ、分かってるよ。
She didn't invite him with such a scheme in mind. Himuro truly wished to save Isak from the bottom of her heart. If anything, failing to reach out to him made her bitter. That was why she now shivered in my embrace.
私、怖い。やっぱり怖いよ。リザも神父様も綾瀬さんもユサ君も救えなくて、今イザークもこぼしちゃった。全然何も思い通りにできていない。こんなんで最後だけは成功するって虫のいいこと期待しちゃっていいのかな。私そこまでプラス思考になるのは難しいよ。ねえ藤井君、君はそれでも大丈夫って言える？
言えるよ。断言できる。
Muro felt anxious because she doubted that things would go her way in the end, but really, she should have looked at it from the opposite angle.
俺たちはお互いしか守れない。無力でちっぽけで全能なんかじゃない俺たちだから、本当に大事な一人だけは絶対に離さない。俺はそう思ってるよ。
だったら
We tightly embraced one another, vowing to cherish that warmth and those feelings deep in our hearts.
だったらお願い。ちゃんと私のところに帰ってきて。テストするから。次に君と会った時、君が本当に君なのか私試してやるんだから。すごい難問用意してやるんだから。
そりゃ怖いな。何かわからないけど、お手柔らかに頼むよ。
知らない。せいぜいドキドキしてなさい。
Oh my god.
私の話を全然聞いてなかったような不実な人なら絶対反応できないようなことにするから。って何よ、なんで笑うのよ。
A certain place in the Kyushu region flashed through my mind, which prompted that abrupt smile. Everything was just fine. Our future looked bright. I held the present tight in my embrace, and I was certain it'd guide me to the future of my dreams.
そうだよ。だから二人は二人のことだけを考えて、他のことは私が全部包むから。
Hearing that voice deepened my conviction.
誰でもいつか明るい明日を。みんなそれを求めて生きている。レンが教えてくれたこと、素敵な考え。だから私、そんな風にみんなを包めたらいいなって、そう思うよ。藤井君、私、君を信じてるから。君が信じる人のことも信じてるから。もう一度お願い。私たちの気持ちの証明、その手に入れて帰ってきて。
当たり前だ。
I vowed I would return with all my heart and soul. I gave her one final glance to burn her features into my memories and... plunged toward the core of the singularity to put an end to this once and for all. And... And that's the moment where we stop. For the real battle is going to be absolutely I'm keeping that save file right there. I'm keeping that. I really have no idea what to title this one. I feel that's fitting. Thank you all very much for watching, and I do look forward to seeing how this battle goes out. He says something that he had to call out Machina's real name, Mihail, so I'm wondering how that's going to affect the battle itself. Initially, it's supposed to be Reinhardt versus Mercurius, but now that Ren's throwing himself into the fold, I wonder what's going to change. Is it going to be Mercurius and Reinhardt versus Ren, or is it just going to be a free-for-all where they're all attacking each other? That's why I'm definitely looking forward to seeing. Also, it's certainly going to be very interesting Ren fighting off the entire Legion all at once. If that's going to happen. That's the kind of idea I've got going on in my head. But anyway, I'm wondering how Machina is gonna help, and I really look forward to seeing that. So anyway, if you all like this, be sure to let me know. It looks like we might be able to wrap this up either next week or the week after. But I'm excited! Thank you all very much for watching, and I will definitely see all of you guys in the next video.